psychological profile was shaped by abandonment and institutional trauma. One psychologist testified that Dima had the emotional regulation skills of a child. When he got angry or upset, he didn't have adult coping mechanisms. He reverted to survival mode, fight or flight, and that night he fought. The defense argued this wasn't premeditated murder. Dima didn't plan to kill anyone. He didn't wake up that morning thinking I'm going to take 2 lives today. He was in an altered mental state, intoxicated, emotionally dysregulated, and he snapped. But the prosecution pushed back hard. They said trauma doesn't excuse murder. Lots of people have difficult childhoods. Lots of people are in foster care. Lots of people struggle. They don't all become killers. The prosecutor pointed out that Dima made choices that night. He chose to drink excessively. He chose to engage in the argument. He chose to grab a weapon. He chose to use it. Those are conscious decisions. That's intent. They also argued that the 2 victims didn't deserve to die. They had families, lives, futures, and Dima Tower took that away from them. Whatever his sad backstory, that doesn't bring them back. Victim impact statements were devastating. One victim's mother testified through tears. She talked about her son, about his dreams, about planning his funeral, about the empty chair at family dinners. She looked directly at Dima and said, "You took my baby from me. I don't care what your excuse is." The other victim's brother spoke. He was angry, said Dima should get the death penalty, should never see freedom again, should suffer the way their family is suffering. Throughout the trial, Dima struggled to control his emotions. He cried during testimony, especially when psychologists talked about his childhood, about being abandoned, about the foster system, about feeling unwanted. The judge had to stop proceedings multiple times. Dima would break down, the jury would be sent out, the judge would warn him, "Compose yourself, control your emotions, this can't continue." But how do you control emotions when your entire broken life is being dissected in public? When strangers are analyzing your trauma? When victims' families are glaring at you with pure hatred? When you're facing the possibility of life in prison? Dima's adoptive parents showed up for part of the trial. They sat in the back. They looked devastated. This was the boy they tried to save, and now he was on trial for murder. They wondered if they could have done something different, if they could have prevented this. During a break, Dima's adoptive mother tried to approach him. Dima turned away, couldn't face her, couldn't handle seeing the disappointment in her eyes.
The trial lasted 2 weeks. Witness after witness, expert after expert, crime scene photos, forensic evidence, psychological evaluations,